What I learned in my first company is I was a bad listener and I made some mistakes. I got, I didn't have a good relationship with my board of directors because I didn't like the criticism. I had that insecurity of not wanting to be criticized for bad decisions. So when I ran my second company, which was really a restart, some investors and I took over an existing company right after the 2001 tech wreck. Um, I hired a guy who was really a friend, and that he could come to me. It's a little bit like, I don't know if you've heard about the Israeli 10th man decision. It's when the group think is all nine people are saying go left. There's one person to be paid to go right. And I think that's very strong. Groupthink is to all of us. I see it in board meetings all the time. I've been on probably 7 public company boards. And as you go around the table, people say, yes, 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 yes. It's almost a tidal wave of momentum. And I think it's very important. That's why I hired a friend of mine at my last company to be the devil's advocate, to come in, shut the door, and say, you are full of it. Listen to this. And it's very helpful. And I would encourage anybody in a group think. We were talking about it, I think, before we started back in this group dynamics. It's good to have somebody to say, well, we all say we want to turn right at the intersection. What happens if you want to turn left? And most times, in 90% of the cases, you'll still think that the group, and it probably is the right decision, to turn right is the appropriate decision to make. But in those times where it's a little bit like the movie 12 Angry Men, about how one person was said not guilty and the other 11 were guilty, and one by one, they changed the people's mind based on the facts that people either didn't want to see or didn't look at the right way. For me, it was my inability to receive criticism, and it was my inability to listen. I'm not a good listener. That helped me, and I made that decision the second time to hire what this good friend of mine said when they asked him, "What do you do at the company?" He said, "I'm FOC. I'm friend of Chip." And I go in and I shut the door and I tell him to be smarter about what we're doing.
Probably doesn't do it as respectfully as you just described it. If he's